was asked to be an ambassador to help them actually locate local talent, I guess from like the inner city, because there's a lot, I'm sure as you know, there's a lot that goes on with Derby Can, Derby Theatre, the Quad, Baby People, University, but they didn't really have, I'd say, a relationship with the inner city, and like where most of, I'd say, the urban artists are. But I have to say, like, every time I do anything with uni, Derby Can, the theatre, everything's just top tier, and I really love doing it. So yeah, I appreciate it a lot.
It's been absolutely amazing. If somebody had told me this time last year, these are all the projects that you're going to be involved in, these are the events that you're going to deliver, I would have kind of been like, really? But the whole journey has been really good fun. My role is to engage with communities, bring the arts to communities. I was working mainly at Normanton Hub. We've got a steering group there based at the hub, so it was about supporting them, regularly meeting with them to see what events needed to be delivered, what the community wanted. We delivered a Bhangra party at Normanton Hub, which was really significant. There was stories and pictures coming out from people saying, oh, you know, my dad used to be here in the 70s and things like that, and they might have been there as young kids. So that was really exciting to bring life back into the hub. We had kids performing, we had adults performing that might not normally have the opportunity to perform and just express their love for Bhangra music, their love for the arts through that, so that was great. Another thing that I was involved in was organising a Bollywood party, again at Normanton Hub. And every time we've done these events, they've always been oversubscribed. We've not been able to get enough people into the venue. And the demand for the Bollywood party was amazing. We had an absolutely amazing concert. There was a lot of elderly that came to that concert, and the gratitude was amazing because people were saying things like, we wouldn't normally get out. I was getting phone calls from people last minute saying, I know you haven't got any tickets, but I'm normally just sat at home. I would really like to come. Can you sort anything out? You know, is there a way that I can be there? There was widows, there was a group of widows on the night that were from the Asian community, and they hadn't been going out. They, you know, since COVID, since, you know, maybe with a bit of stigma that could be attached to that as well, they didn't know where to go. In other towns, in other bigger cities like Leicester or Birmingham or Leeds or Manchester, you'll have these events happening, but there really hadn't been anything in Derby. So it was a real honour and privilege to be able to put that on for the community and just to see the joy in people coming along and enjoying that. And then the big one that the community kept asking for was a Mela, which is a South Asian music festival. So originally, Derby used to have big Melas. We've got a huge Punjabi community here, and it was the Punjabi community that approached me and said, Pam, can we do this? Is it possible to put on a Mela for the people of Derby? Again, they happen all over the country, they happen in the bigger cities, but we didn't have anything happening in Derby. Steering group member suggested that we hold it at Normanton Park, which is in the heart of the community, and this was great for us as well because we're working, we've got a lot of links in Normanton. And we worked quite closely with Paramount Roadshow on that one, and we were able to deliver an amazing programme because we've got Bhangra artists here in Derby that are community members that have grown up here, born and bred in Derby, but they're international artists, they're globally renowned. Most of the time, people in Derby wouldn't get an opportunity to see them perform. So we decided to put on a 2-day event over one weekend. And the Saturday was the World Music Festival and the Sunday was Derby Mela. Had performers locally from the Nigerian community, Ukrainian community, Ghana, Sudan, so many to mention, Zimbabwe, Persian, Roma communities, and again, like being from the South Asian Punjabi community myself, I knew that there was really big artists sat here in Derby. When I started to dig, I discovered that there was for other communities as well, especially the Roma community, and it was really good. For me, again, and I've expressed this as well, the most rewarding job satisfaction that I got out of it was seeing people enjoy themselves.
My first experience where I really saw what Derby Can was doing was the Over to You festival, and I sat in that audience after I performed myself and I was just sat there going, wow, like Derby really can. I was doing events at the Maypole just on a personal basis, doing events for local rap artists, and then a previous worker for Derby Can reached out to me to say, you know, what do you think the Maypole needs, and what works there, or what do you think community demand is in that area, because they've taken on the Maypole as a community hub. So I was able to kind of give my insight and said, you know, this is what I would do if I had the funds. And they basically said, well, here you go, do it. So, it was great. It was really great to be able to kind of give something to the community that I'd been wanting to be able to give and knew that it was wanted. So everybody's just been craving something like Derby Can in the city. It was a really, really positive experience of just the potential that Derby artists and Derby venues, no matter how big or small, can have with the right support. I think it's opened people's eyes, because a lot of artists who are underground have been given this professional experience. So where they have good quality speakers or good quality microphone, or just being told to invoice as well, which is a whole new thing, and being told like you actually are a business rather than just a creative. So people are now going, oh, okay, so this is where I could go, or I want more of this. So how do I get there? And that's how we've been able to support them and linking them with different people who can help them do that as well. I think the legacy is going to be carried on with every artist we've worked with, every creative, every piece of art that's been formed, people who come to the theatre who had never even thought about coming to the theatre before. And it's that change of mindset going, okay, this is a space for us, or this is an opportunity for us, and I am capable of this. So that's the legacy for me, is just the change in mindset and the unleashed potential for people. Derby's been put down of the potential of what we can do, and it's really great feeling just to be like, yeah, we can. I think that's the biggest feeling that I'm taking away from it, actually. It's like that with Derby Vision, the Four Walls, the events at Normanton Library with the bungalow parties, and the events at Bramblebrook with the rap nights. Like everything's just kind of, everybody's been on such a high, such a buzz, and just going, wow, this is what we could be doing, and we can do it. So yeah, that's the feeling I'm taking away.
I was supporting Derby Can for the festival, the MENA, and also the World Music Festival mainly, liaising with artists, ensuring everyone gets paid, and also kind of like writing the agreements for them, and just help with like the paperwork that is behind the scenes when you organize something big as the Derby World Music Festival and the MENA. I think the highlight has been to like work with the community and also other community members to make something really big happen. It was delightful to work with like people from so many different backgrounds and get to know so many different artists, and Derby has so much talent. So it was really delightful to see who is all out there and who's been putting in work. Impact-wise, it just showed that, you know, if we all actually are working together, there's a lot that can happen in the city with regards to the different kinds of events that can be available. I think it was just great working with Derby Can in all kinds of capacity, just supporting them and seeing like some artists as well that might have progressed from really kind of like being more novice artists in seeing how their confidence increased. So it's really, I really enjoyed like seeing the development of the whole project and the development within the people. And yeah, I think it was great. It was really nice working with everybody.
I think one of the things that's been really lovely working with Derby Can and working with the community is seeing the impact that it's made, not only for the people that make the shows, but the people that come and see them. And people coming up to me saying, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for everything that you've done. And it's heartwarming in a way, but also it shouldn't be. It should be a right, and it should be something that's available to everybody. And I think that's what Derby Can has done. It has brought arts and culture to the heart of people's lives, and that is something that I think is one of the main things that I'm going to take away from working on this project.